I've got, if you guys look in your corner of your overlay there, I do have a Tinny Deer Days count going live. So we do have that. We're on day 1. So there's the little deer symbol with the number 1 on it. So that number I can change when needed. So
Oh my god.
Happy Deer Day, everybody. Happy Deer Day.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get creative. Okay?
So we left
Role
off.
playing.
We left off in a tense moment, as I believe Conry had Aussie by the arm, and has revealed a Sathmog tattoo upon the wrist. At this point in time, Tenumeral began to cast a spell, and all of a sudden, to your surprise, where Tenumeral used to stand in a puff of purple smoke is now a deer, a doe, a deer, a female deer.
That's the song I was talking about. I'm remembering.
And with a little bit of flicking of the ears and a fluttering of the tail, Tenumeral stands there looking perplexed, if a deer can look perplexed. Tilts her head to the one side. How would you guys respond to this situation?
Conry would automatically assume that after the little nature spirit had assimilated with the tree and created all this fluctuation in nature, that it has something to do with this area. So probably freaking out. Probably like, oh, all right, we have got to go.
Connor, you're next.
Kalska holds her blade closer to Osair's neck now.
Okay.
And assumes, because nobody else is around, because the tree killed everybody else, and this is the only person outside of our party near us right now, other than the 2 guards that were like sleeping still, I think, on the ground.
Yeah, the other 2 ran off into the forest, like they're out of your view now, and the other 2 are just still passed out. Like you guys drugged them out, and they're just wherever you had put them.
So yeah, Kalska's totally blaming Osair and being like, "What did you do to Numeral?"
I had nothing to do with that. That is...
You have a tattoo.
But that tattoo didn't turn your friend into a deer.
Are you sure?
It's demon magic. Kill him.
Okay.
Are you gonna stab? You gonna stab him?
I look at Belthus like, okay, and I look at Geyer for action approval.
Geyer is kneeling on the ground as he had started to just take everything off of the unconscious guards, anything that was worth anything. And Tenumeral, turning to a deer, just sort of looks at Belthus. Does she do that normally?
I haven't seen it before.
Yet. And thinks for a second. No, I'm just fire. Conry?
I cannot honestly explain anything that has gone on today other than nature getting its revenge and maybe going too far.
With that, Geyer will look at Kalsiga and just give a thumbs up.
Okay, he is going to attempt to flee, so I need you to make an opposed roll for me.
Who's Wait. Conry was originally holding him,
yeah, this
and
will be against Conry. You're gonna have to make an opposed roll against him. He's attempting to run away.
Because I have a knife at his neck, so he can't really move a certain way.
Well, you would probably be kind of to the front of him as well, and he's kind of running to the back. So I probably wouldn't give you a boon on it.
Okay.
It was worth a shot. That really needs to be a quote. I can't really explain anything about today.
It's going in the notes.
Ooh, he rolled a 6. That is a good roll for.
So what am I rolling? Just a straight 20?
Yeah. You roll a So you're grabbing a hold of him. Let's just call this base strength to see if you can keep a hold.
Now strength, I got a bane. So
Whoa.
Well,
Really?
look at that. He tries to run, and you're able to hold him in place, Connery, as he panics as the dagger is getting closer to him. Listen, don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! I didn't do anything, I promise!
you messed with one of our dear friends.
I need to go to bed, you guys.
Can I take 1 damage?
Can me, Brittany, take a psychic damage, please?
You -1 over everybody's head.
Can I light Connery on fire now?
No, Connery has this guy. I mean, he's freaking out, crying, having a fit, trying to get away from you
Why?
guys.
Kalsika, she wants to slit his throat. But what if he is the only way that we can... She knows nothing, so she's assuming that this guy is to blame for Tumor being a deer, and therefore if we kill him, maybe we can never reverse the spell. So, instead, Kalska's going to try to, like, sleeper hold this man. Like, move behind him, and then just try to, like, sleeper hold him and knock him out.
Oh, trying to knock him out. Okay. Okay. I guess for a
I don't
sleeper
know if
hold,
it'll
you
work.
just have to be like, you just got to put a lot of pressure on the neck, right?
Yeah, which
Pressure
doesn't
on the
bode well.
closet, yeah.
Go ahead and do a strength roll as for us. Let's see how much.
That's not going to go well at all.
Can I jump in and like hold him steady for her? Like,
Yeah, I'll give you a boon on it
Help
since your
Half-Life.
buddies are like piling on top of him as he's trying to crawl away.
I can never get the boons to work on here, so that's one roll.
Oh.
There's the second roll. Okay, boon.
oh.
So yeah, so with your
Sleep roll.
with Belthus kind of like jumping on top too and kind of holding him in place, and Connery like holding him in position, you kind of get around back, and he just eventually you put him in that sleeper hold, and eventually it does the thing, you know, like Hulk Hogan where they get the arm up and the arm goes down and the arm up and the arm goes down, and oh, he holds on. Oh no, he's passed out.
Smash him with my hammer. The handle of the blade.
My brother.
That's right. So he passes out and he is basically sound asleep, unconscious.
I wanted to kill him, but what if he's the only person who can turn Tinny back?
I don't know. Let's ask Tinny.
15 minutes later. Should we
I'll pull out
leave?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
But wait, I'm not done stripping these people.
Okay. Belthus, can you put him in the back of the cart?
Yeah, and I'll pull out my rope too, so we can kind of tie him up before we.
Okay. Yeah.
The Dyer's
Tie him
rope
off.
is in the back of the wagon too, so you can use that, tie up his legs, make sure that we want this guy unable to move.
Are we gonna leave the sleeping guards here?
Do we have any?
Might as well.
They're just mercenaries, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What'd you say, Connery?
Do we have any deer corn to like lure her?
I think Tinny knows we're her friends. I hope.
Oh,
Yeah,
I look at Tinny.
she still has her mental capacity.
it's nodding. Okay.
So she's already over
she's-
all of us.
Yeah,
This is
she's
great.
nodding. Yeah.
I did levitate. I think one of the sleeping people into the cart.
Yeah.
Prior to our escape. So one of them was in the cart.
Was Guy, you said you were looting those guys, the sleeping guys?
Yep.
So, Mr. Franz, guy with the chops here, he had on him a hand axe, a light crossbow, and 8 silver coins. That's pretty much isn't. He was also wearing studded leather, so you guys could take that if you want to take his armor. That's what Franz had. Shade, she had
You said regular leather or studded leather?
studded leather, so that's armor 2 rating.
Oh, okay.
Shade,
And basically, I'm taking his clothes too. I'm leaving him in his skivvies.
all right, he's got his tighty whities. You got it. Out there in the muddy dirt road leading to Fort Malice. It's now covered in vines and just this massive tree. Shade also had a set of studded leather, and she had a long spear, a long bow, and 8 silver coins.
You have a quiver on her?
Yes.
Take
Full
all the
quiver.
arrows.
Because my quiver is busted.
That was right. You had that mishap from
Yeah,
fire.
I think it's the harpies. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Actually, they both had because he had a crossbow, so they both have quivers on them. So if you guys wanted to take the quivers too, you could.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Actually, oh wait, and did... Hold on, what I just...
And unconscious Aussie has leather armor on. He also has a short sword, a sleeping fur, 2 days worth of rations, and he has 3 silver coins because he had already paid somebody 4 silver coins for a couple of things last time.
If people don't mind, I'm going to keep that crossbow and the quiver. Yes, I don't have a ranged weapon right now.
We have 2 unconscious people of 2 opposing factions in our hold. Interesting.
I say we get out of here and we find a place and we tie them all up at 3 separate trees in the clearing and just beat them up till they talk.
Sounds good to me. Well, except for the beating up part, but yeah, sounds good to me.
Casca looks at Belfast for approval.
Oh dear.
Well, I mean, the other 2 were unconscious when Numeral became dinner, so...
No, I want to know what they were doing.
I
What
want to know
was that?
what they knew about Crazy Lady.
I want to know what they knew about crazy thing that assimilated with the tree. Did they know it was down there? What was their whole purpose?
Yeah, what did they think they were doing here? They were digging a hole through the ground when there were stairs going down? You're not smart.
They couldn't get through the door because they couldn't understand it, so they were trying to dig into the room, remember?
Yeah,
Right, but
that
why?
still seems like more physical labor than necessary if you don't know what you're down there, so I assume they knew what was down there.
Well, didn't the... I mean, they're both dead now, but didn't Nickelodeon and whatever that woman's name was say they were looking for treasure?
Silly.
Yeah, but we don't know what they told their mercenaries. And I want to know what they told their mercenaries.
I think they were just looking for gold, right?
That's what they
To
claimed.
give to the dragons.
That's what they claimed. I don't
Oh, we could interrogate them on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe we could just leave
Because we'll tie them to the back of the wagon and just drag them behind until they wake up.
So where do we put our 4-legged friend?
I'll walk
We
beside
can
her.
hook her up to the donkeys.
Tinny, are you comfortable walking? Okay.
Well, she'd have to be. She's bigger than Lucy. She can't fit in the wagon.
Casca just goes over and is like, am I allowed to pet you, Tinny? I feel weird. She pets her on the head.
Oh! Geyer's gonna run over, pick up Kalska, and set her on top of Numeral.
That's what I'm thinking, right? Let's get a saddle.
Tinny, is this okay? Tinny, is this okay? I'm asking for consent, Tinny. Is this okay?
She's not kicking you off
Okay.
yet.
Yeah.
Until she kicks me off, this is fine. And I'll just stay on to numeral for a while until she kicks me off.
It's really awkward because like deer have this they're like really skinny kind of.
Yeah.
So you're having to like you're like hunching over and like holding
And I'm
onto
just
her neck.
hugging her.
Yeah, it's like...
I'm just hugging her, and I almost start to like fall asleep because it's a nice like rocking motion as she walks, and I'm just enjoying this until Tinny decides to get rid of me.
Excellent. So I will take you guys back to the world map, if it will allow me to. There we go. And then you guys can tell
with
me.
somebody else pathfinding.
That's right.
I bet deers have good pathfinding.
How will I communicate where to go?
So you guys can tell me where you would like to venture to next.
Should we return to Outskirt, dock up, and figure out what's wrong with our...
I mean, I'm just saying.
Wait, what did you say, Mr. Geyer? I was too busy looking at Tinny.
Oh, nothing. I was just talking about selling things at the market.
I don't think we should bring, Tattoo Boy into town if he has a Demon Lord tattoo.
Oh,
Well, it will take us a few days, and looking at the map, without Numeral's guidance, I think our best bet would be to head east towards the river.
Well,
Once we've met the river, we can follow the river back down.
And we've done that before, so maybe we won't be as screwed without Tinny leaving the cart.
That's my thought.
Seems a safe bet.
Connery, do you have any objections or concerns with this? Or are you just happy that nature won?
a human can survive with only one arm.
I high five Connery.
Have a all right.
We're back to the violence again.
So you guys want to go to the river and then follow the river south to Outskirt? Was that what the original plan was? I interpreted
That's
it.
what Geyer's thought is.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Makes sense.
So it looks like it's gonna take you guys probably from the verge of that. Probably if you're going over to the river and then down the river and just kind of following it, so you're not starting to try to avoid having the struggles of not having your Pathfinder able to pathfind for you. It's probably going to take you the better part of 3 days to arrive back at Outskirt here.
Fine.
So what we can do is we can kind of jump days a little bit to get you guys back a little bit for sake of brevity. Yeah.
Okay.
Days would mean that she's rolling each time.
Yeah.
Well-
She'll get to roll 3 times, and we'll have to see.
Well, hold on. What are we doing with unconscious guy? Because knocking somebody out like that's only going to last an hour.
Yeah, it would be in your first day. You guys would have to
Just
decide
tied up in the cart
what you
and-
guys do with those fellas.
Bring him with I mean, I want to kill him, but I also just don't know how magic works. So I'm.
Would we
How about
camp?
We
or-
do have. Oh, good.
Conrad,
I was gonna say, would we camp before we get to the river, or now, or in the woods, or?
Camp at the river, so we know where we are.
Yeah,
I
it'd
guess
take you guys
when we
about.
camp, we can
If we're
figure out what to
camping and
do.
traveling, it's not going to be at one spot. We'll be camping as we travel. So
Yeah, but like what time is it? Should we like?
Yeah, is it late? Should
tonight
we
and
be
then-
going to bed and then feeling good?
I think the way you guys did it, you guys entered the fort. You guys camped and then entered the fort when you woke up, right? So it'd still probably be relatively early. I mean, I would say that whole episode only took, gosh, an hour, if that.
okay.
I mean,
Anyone want breakfast?
you guys went in, had a little bit of conversation. 2 guys passed out. All hell broke loose. Now there's just rubble in a tree.
Oh,
Yeah, when those people wake up, they're gonna be shocked to see what the fort looks like.
and mostly naked.
oh boy,
Geyer's going to look over Conry. What, Conry?
Mm.
You've been cracking jokes about being able to speak with animals, can't you?
oh dear, yes.
Perhaps you should take a few moments and ask Numeral if she knows how she turned into a deer. If she knows what happened, perhaps we won't need to carry around 3 individuals and we can just deal with them.
Brilliant idea.
I thank you. I do have my moments.
All right, Jenny, we're gonna lock eyes and we're gonna try to focus and channel magic so we can communicate. I don't want you assuming that I'm fawning over you.
Oh no! Belfast
Alright.
walks into the woods, never comes back.
Kauska
we
follows
hear
a
one?
moment later, just because she can't convince Geyer to leave all his stuff.
All right.
Geyer is now standing behind Conry, looking at Numeral with a crossbow pointed at the back of Conry's head, going, looking at Numeral.
Hanging on for dear life. All right.
They just don't end.
Amazing. I love
No,
puns. I love puns. This is for me, my entertainment.
That's
All
it.
right. 15 minutes later.
Go. After the casting of the spell.
That's right. I do have to invest in the spell. Where's the?
Yep. We got to roll for it. Yep.
I'm gonna go for rank 3.
Oh,
'cause I got
please roll a dragon and turn into a deer. or a demon and roll it and turn into a deer.
Can I go Bane by poking him in the back of the head with something?
Oh, he just gets it.
That's at rank 3, so I get 3 questions total.
3 questions. Oh, he upped it to 3. Look at that.
You ready to do roll?
Speak with dead.
Yes.
Truth or deer?
No.
Wait, is "Are you ready" one of the questions?
Yeah, that was it. That was one. For real, though. This is so much fun. But do you know what happened to you?
Yeah.
Okay, that was that. That was the second question.
As a therapist, try an open-ended question. It leads to more conversation.
I don't understand what you're saying outside of questions. What?
An open-ended question.
Oh, wait. That was number 3.
15 more minutes.
I'll hear you.
No, you guys.
Okay,
you guys are allowed to like. To numeral, you can answer in more. Like, I'm kind of being flexible with that spell, just because to me it's kind of 15 minutes and that many points is kind of ridiculous in my opinion.
Yes,
So I'm letting you guys. You guys can RP it the way you want here.
Okay. All right. So what's the next question?
What happened?
Okay. So every so often, when one is doing a spell, unexpected consequences can occur if the spell does not go as expected. It's about a 1 in a 20% chance. Or 1 in 20. I don't know what the percent is. Anyway, so that's what happened. I channeled magic poorly and failed, and now I'm a deer. And I have heard and observed some mishaps. They can range in seriousness. Of all that I've heard rumored of from my clan and the seers before me, it's a fairly minor magical mishap.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
And the rest of you, all you can hear is like strange, like deer honking sounds coming from Tenumeral.
Cheering.
What are we hearing?
You're
Are we
seeming
hearing
big.
common
I don't even
from Connery?
Yeah, Connery, would you be talking like your normal language, or would you be speaking in deer?
I would be speaking in regular. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Geyer's leaning over to Belthus and Calcica while this is going on. Did you hear him say no eyes? I think she said she's blind. Oh boy.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
I don't know. He said no idea.
So basically, what she told me was she had a fluke, and this is the result of a magical fluke, a mishap, so to speak.
Did she say how long she would be stuck like this?
Yes, she said that in order to break the spell, we have to find a exceptionally masterwork staff and an animism teacher that knows all the spells that Connery would enjoy to learn.
Perhaps Draneth can point us in the right
That
direction.
seems very specific.
I mean, she did turn into a deer, so maybe it is a nature thing, and we need Connery's magic to fix it.
Exactly, that's
Yeah.
the reason.
I look at Tenumeral for confirmation.
I don't know if she can understand us.
Well, I think she gets it, right, Tinny? She
So
gets it.
Geyer's
She
gonna
can,
walk
she can
over
understand you guys. Like, she can hear you and understand. She just can't talk to you. Like,
Geyer's gonna walk over and in that voice like he uses when he's talking to the dogs, right behind Tenumeral's ears, just going like, who wants to be cooked for dinner? Who wants to be cooked for dinner?
Mr. Guy, if she kicks you, I cannot stop her.
She would take her hoof and step on his duck feet.
Oh, Jesus.
I use those to swim.
Well, what do you guys want to do with your other 3 companions?
Well,
Passed out
We don't
companions.
need the 3 of them now.
No, I guess.
No, it's all Tenumeral's fault. And by the way, why did no one tell me that the cost of using magic was turning into animals?
This is new to me as well.
Mr. Geyer, and Casca pulls his shirt so he comes lower so she can whisper to him.
Yes.
You kind of already are sort of like a duck. Maybe it doesn't happen to you. Maybe it happened in a past life and this is why you're half duck, half human.
I did have a friend at one point in time when I was learning animism that used to vomit out a frog every time he would tell a lie.
Magic's strange.
See, Mr. Geyer, maybe that's what can happen. Maybe you should just not... Oh, but if you can't tell lies, we can't make money. Oh, God.
Oh, that's it, yeah. No, he could tell lies, it was a little obvious. It was a small tell.
Now I'm wondering whether or not I had magic when I was a child. Perhaps that's why I'm like this.
I mean, were your parents like this?
It's been so long since I've seen them. I always thought they were, but
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
probably...
my father was this big, massive ball of a man, black and white.
Mhm.
But I can remember.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that maybe the animal turning thing won't happen to you. So I'm trying to make you feel better about it.
Oh my God! What if I turned into an elf?
You're one of us.
I think that would, Mr. Geyer, in all seriousness, I think that'd be the end of your political career.
This is a valid point.
Political
We should probably
sabotage.
travel before I start cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucy and River are having a really hard time with Tenumeral as a deer as well because they want to continue to bark at the deer.
Lucy, let's go.
Oh, yeah, that is one of our dearest friends.
Henry, no.
So the demon worshiper. I'm happy to duel him to the death unless one of you has a better idea.
Well,
Well, we could bring him with him to camp and then boil him alive in the river.
that.
We'd probably get more information out of him that way.
Did we miss the whole no torturing?
A duel to
I'm
death
sorry,
would
what?
be
Who
more
agreed to
honorable.
no torture?
Who said no torture? I don't remember this.
Wait, let me ask
There's
Tenumeral.
no greater God
Oh,
that gave us guidelines.
She didn't say anything.
Give him
Okay.
a weapon. Let him fight me.
Well, then I have an idea.
Give him a weapon, let him fight me. I love it.
I'll take him.
Kalska goes over to Geyer and just goes, "I'm very sorry," and takes one of his like molting little feathers that's like coming off that like she normally picks for him like later at night when they're around the fire, and goes, "I can tickle him until he talks."
Tinny, are you hungry?
Tenumeral can also eat him.
He was hungry. What do deer eat?
Geyer's going to go into the back of the wagon, crack open the thing, bring out a piece of venison jerky, and offer it to Tenumeral.
Cannibalism.
If she steps on you again, I still can't stop her.
No, this is what we have for food.
Hold
was gonna say-
on.
Numeral,
If we-
there are some patches of grass that look rather green and delicious around you.
Now Googling what do deer eat.
I think, yeah, just like grass and
You do
small
not need to
plants.
Google it.
And,
You can eat grass and foliage according to our
yeah.
fact checker, Dogs for Life.
Dogs for Life got a
Opportunistic
YouTube
omnivores.
video link to some deer sounds as well, if you'd like to hear what Tenumeral sounds like while she's speaking.
And
to
Michael,
Conrad.
can you do me a favor for
What's up?
the people watching at home? Can you drag Tenumeral's deer token onto the map and show our viewers?
Yeah, I should be.
As well, we've been able to see it. We don't know if there'll be a fight this evening, and I want to make sure.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I am
Sure.
going into the cart to get my old broadsword to give to the.
Dogs for Life at least knows what deer eat. You know, if we
Not
give her,
things, apparently, as a deer.
She's Dogs for Life has fed them cinnamon rolls.
Oh, good. I have one. No, I didn't get any
Should
more rolls. I
be.
can narrow
Well,
down.
My
Dogs for Life
custom.
said rolls, but I added the cinnamon part.
Here we go. Choose side. Choose it over to the deer side, and boom, there we have the Tenumeral.
but
as
we
a
can't
deer.
give her. Can't give her venison. I didn't pack any Alka-Seltzer.
Weird one. Namesake. Weird.
Oh, he got it.
Here are vegetarian.
I got it. I just refuse to react anymore.
Here.
I think my puns are so bad that Nikki left halfway through. She just got up and walked away.
I eat grass, mushrooms, chestnuts, twigs, alfalfa, beech nuts, acorns, apples, peaches, hickory, pecans, wild crabapple, clover leaves, old man's beard, whatever that is, gyre, weeds, trees, oat, and staghorn sumac. In case anyone was.
We're educational here.
There we go.
Proficiency bonus.
Absolutely.
What is
Seems like every week we're learning things.
So
Now I'm curious what an old man's beard is. Well, other than
Gray
Old
lichen,
man's
typically
beard.
found growing on dead spruce and balsam trees, high in nutrients and essential in deer's diet.
There you go.
okay.
Right, I'm a dead tree.
So are we gonna have
Nice.
Zelphus fight this
Grazing, I'm
guy?
a grazer.
Unless you know a quicker way to dispatch him.
Do we want to dispatch him or do we want answers?
I mean,
Or both?
if we want to dispatch him quicker, I still have that poison dagger that you had let me use, Dalsika.
That's
We could
true.
always slice his tongue off with that. He'd
No,
bleed
let's-
out and he'd get poisoned.
But if we slice his tongue off, then he can't tell us things.
I
We don't need
mean,
him
we
to
have the
tell us
answers we
everything,
need,
though.
right? The answers we
we?
need is get the pieces, get the sword, go fight.
Yeah, ask him.
Oh my
Ask
god.
him if he knows anything else about the blood rain or anything else that's been going on. I don't know.
Okay, then perhaps we start cutting off his toes.
Oh, great GM in the sky. We were listening.
I still vote on tickling first.
Fine,
What
let's
information
go
can
to-
he tell
let's
us that
go
we
to
don't
camp
know?
by the river and then we'll deal with him
We
then. Time
we
to the
can
back of
ask
the
him
line.
and see how it goes, I guess.
So what about the unconscious folks? Did you guys just like leave them?
Guards,
Just
Uh,
leave him.
Just
leave
leave
him on
him.
the road somewhere.
They're literally in their undies. They got no shoes, no armor, no weapons, no money.
Yeah, that's absolutely. So you
Let
guys,
them wander until the elves find them.
you guys are making your way towards the river. It will take you, you know, it's probably as you guys go from Fort Malice to the river there. Honestly, probably about not even half a day to get to that point. If that's where you wanted to make your first camp, if you wanted to, you guys could travel farther down the river for the first day if you'd like to. But this guy's gonna wake up before you get to a spot. Like if you start going down the river more, he's gonna wake up before you get like to a stopping point. So it's up to you guys. If you make it here, you still got some time that you guys can set up camp and you have some time to talk about it, or you can continue to move on.
I leave it up to you guys. I just don't want to lose information, but I trust you guys.
Do we have anything to gag him with?
I could take off a sock.
Now, this is player forgetting. Those apples are legit gold, correct? Or were they just yellow?
They're just golden colored.
They're just
They were
golden color. They're
This is
bigger.
why you were
They're a little
mad.
bit bigger than normal apples, and they look delicious.
To numeral would be nudging at wherever the apples are and sniffing at them and licking
Oh, yeah.
her
Uh-oh.
lips
Yeah, that's-
hungrily.
I gotta turn her back.
She wants to eat one of those apples.
I mean, Geyer's the one who collected them. It's up to him to do all the apples.
So she'd be sniffing in Geyer's pocket, trying to
What?
rustle at it with her nose.
Eventually, Geyer will give in and give her one of the just give her one of the apples.
Are you gonna eat the apple?
Yeah,
Ooh,
what happens?
All right. So crunch, crunch, crunch. Eating the apple. It's delicious. The best apple you've ever had, to numeral. Best apple ever. So mechanically, it counts as an entire day's worth of food.
Wow.
So you don't have to. You feel full the rest of the day. You don't have to eat anything else. You don't have to take out any rations and eat out any of anything else. Like you can go to sleep.
You don't
happy.
need any old man's beard.
Right. So just that one apple, and you don't have to graze. It also does another thing because that's in the game mechanic. That's the only thing in the adventure that it says it does. But I think that's kind of a little. It's not enough for me, so I juiced it a little bit, you know.
Uh-oh.
So you also, for the remainder of the day, which isn't going to help you in deer form, but you have a boon on all your bushcraft rolls for the day. And one last thing, you also, let me see, check here.
Feel like $1 million?
When you have a boon on like opposed rolls against being diseased or poisoned for the day.
All right, so nobody can poison me.
Well, you have a boon against it.
now.
It still means there's still a
Oh, there we
chance. There's still a chance. But
This is my problem with resistance versus immunity from last night.
there you go.
That
There you go. Yeah,
Confused
yeah.
about
Resistance
what
and
we're
immunity. Yeah. So, according to the adventure, for those of you watching after, according to the adventure, it's only supposed to have that first thing where you just eat one apple and it fills you up for the entire day. But the way that they do rations in this game, it kind of makes it no better than a regular like day's worth of rations. So I was like, you know what? Let's make these even more special. So.
like that. So I look very full. I look very capable of bushcraft, even more than your standard deer would.
That's right.
And
Look at that.
I appear to be very virulent against poisonous mushrooms, I guess, right now.
Look at that deer's constitution.
Her fur has a different sheen to it. I mean, she carries herself well.
That's one of
Just imagine if Conway brought this in, we could roast it over a spit.
What if I put it in a pie?
Well, I mean, if you really want to, I was thinking Conway could go try to catch one, but
I meant the apples.
oh, I'm sorry, I was talking about the deer.
I would spit the core of the apple at Geyer after saying he took me.
Still an elf at heart.
As Tenural and the rest of us are all looking at Kalska like,
Kalska the whole time was just looking at the other apples and did not hear anything else going on. It was just like apple pie.
You were
To
looking
bring
at
it
the
to the
apples. Everyone else was looking at the deer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent.
we got to talk to that baker back at Outskirt about making meat pies.
Apple pies. I was talking about apples.
Numeral gives you a deer glare.
Your bites hurt, Mr. Guy.
Well, we have to figure out what we're dealing with this. Are we arming him and letting him battle Belthus, or...
I leave it to Belthus to decide how this goes because I just kind of want to be very mean and yeah, I don't.
I'm patient and can wait if you want to extract information. Or
I just don't know
you
what
wanna...
information he'll have if he.
Yeah.
I mean, he lied to us about not knowing what it was, and yet he has the tattoo. So, like, even if he tells us things, can we trust him?
I mean, we've been told the source of the demonic plague, right? So what else can he tell us that we don't already know?
If he
If
truly
they have
is
any
with them,
pieces.
we can probably get the location of where this proposed lord is supposed to be rising from.
Well, hold on now, because if I remember correctly, we have a certain individual in this group that can tell if a person's lying.
She's dear.
No, another certain individual in this group.
So if I spend enough time speaking with him, I can tell that. I can also, if we set up camp, I'll take a few copper coins out, put them in the pot over the flame, and as we begin the interrogation, if we don't like the answers, we just stick a hot coin in his mouth. And
Oh,
look at
great.
that.
Yeah. Don't worry. We're catching on.
I'm sorry, did I say something funny? Calcica wants blood. I feel like
You know what?
she's
Let's
good. She deserves blood.
I just don't like when people lie to us. It seems mean. Trying really hard.
Headbutt this guy.
You headbutt the guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's one way of waking him up.
Deer starts like headbutting the unconscious guy in the back of the wagon. He starts to stir a bit. You see him kind of like roll over, and then he starts to like slowly open his eyes, and and then he gets like looks around, sees all of you like discussing your
I do
plans.
3 points of damage against
Oh,
him.
Oh, you
Headbutt
did 3
attack.
points. Oh, you did the attack to him. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Go forward.
So you're slamming into him. Let me double check something. Real quick.
I think it's hilarious that all we can see is Tinny's icon on the map.
To show the people at home, Dogs for Life was
Beautiful
kind
icon.
enough to give us deer art.
This is our new mascot.
And it may be going into battle.
No, it is. She just started the fight.
So you slam, you headbutt him. He kind of he was asleep when you headbutted him, so you've abruptly woken him up now as he rolls off the back of the wagon, slams down into a mud puddle off the ground, and is like just slowly like trying to get himself up, and is kind of like he's tied up. So he's just like laying there and just like rolling around on the ground. I'm not really gonna draw initiative because he's tied up.
Is he face down in the water?
No, he kind of like rolled over onto his side.
All
Gaia's gonna walk.
to your life.
Gaia's gonna walk over and say, "My rather small friend is going to ask you some questions. If you don't answer quickly enough," and just gonna reach the back of his head and just roll his face back into the water and hold it there for a couple of seconds. And then let go and let him roll over and gesture to Calcica.
I'll answer whatever you want. Just let me go. Just let me go.
Kalska sits on like the grassy edge of the road, not in the mud puddle, just so she can just look at him.
Okay.
Why did you lie about your tattoo?
You know, I didn't. What do you mean lie about my tattoo? I didn't. I just didn't.
Okay.
I just didn't tell you about my tattoo. I didn't lie
Right.
to you about it.
Well,
You lied about being a member of the cult.
yeah, we asked when did you join the cult, and then you were like, I don't know what you're talking about, and then, you know, things happened.
And as a dearly missed friend to Numeral would say, a lie of omission is still a lie.
So when did you join the cult, and why did you lie about being in a cult?
I've been in the cult for some time now. Me and Blue told we were onto something. We heard the whispers. The dark whispers on the wind. Find the dragon statuette pieces. So that's what we were doing.
And
We thought we could find them at the golden tree.
why did you think they were at the golden tree?
It was a place long lost. We thought perhaps maybe there was a great treasure trove there. Perhaps we were onto something, and then those dragon knights came. Stopped us from discovering what was hidden.
Mm-hmm.
So you were there first.
Yeah, we got there first. It was ours to plunder. They came and chased us out. Caught my friend.
Did you happen to know of any other places you were going to hit next if you had found one?
That would be up to Sathmog himself.
Why?
I have not heard any more whispers. Only the whispers of where he led us to the golden tree.
That's the only place he led you. the entire time, and you've been in the cult for quite a while.
Oh, but I'm sure there are others that are searching all over the Misty Vale.
Okay, about those others. How many are there?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm sure hundreds. Sathmog is amassing an army of followers. The Misty
So
Vale
in
will
other
be
words, you're
overrun.
You guys-
Oh no, I'm very important.
That
Crucial.
he no longer speaks to you.
Very much needed.
So
Actually,
we can
actually,
ruin
you
his-
should probably untie me so I can just continue my responsibilities. I mean, I have a lot to do, and
Well, what's the next thing on your to-do list then, Mr. Important?
well, first is to find out where I am, and
And then
Let me dawn something on you. Just real quick. So if you had not lied to begin with, Tenumeral would have never had to cast the spell. This would have never happened to Tenumeral. So what I'm thinking is we just leave you tied, and Tenumeral vents out her anger using her head against your face.
I like that option. I also
I'm on board.
I don't like that option.
Well, we don't care what
is
you
there
like
is
right
there another
now.
option?
Nope,
I mean,
no.
I could think of some other things.
Okay, other things. How about the fact that if you hadn't lied and said these horrible people took your friend when you guys were there to do horrible things against the entire Vale, we would have never helped you and gotten involved and wasted our time.
I wasn't
You wasted our time.
I wasn't doing a horrible thing. I was
wasted our time.
just after a dragon statuette piece.
I'm not hearing an apology for wasting our time.
I am sorry for wasting your time.
Are you?
Yes.
Look at Mr. Geyer.
And I'm going to use my insight ability. Because we've been talking for a few moments now, and
He just really wants you guys to let him go, so he's just saying whatever he can say.
All right. Is he lying, guy?
he seems to be telling the truth. Because I failed my roll.
Well,
Oh no, you failed the roll.
I still think that you're a lying jerk. And I really like Conry's way of looking at things. So Kalska just gets up and leaves an open space for Tenumeral to go stop this guy if she wants to. Kalska's he's not telling us anything. He's acting in poor, and he doesn't know the exact number of people in the cult. He's not telling us anything about where he has to go next. He's useless. Tinny can stop him for all I care. Kalska gets in the cart.
Geyer's gonna watch, sitting in the cart, and just watch. And he's watching to see if this guy is at risk of death.
Okay. What do you do to numeral?
My microphone working. Okay.
Right.
I would kick him
Okay.
with my microphone.
Okay. Now, are you intending to? Do you want
Damage.
to deal like death blow, or do you want to just
Kick him
knock him
one
out?
time.
Just kick him one time. Okay.
So I have here. I'm gonna paste in what I copied from the rule book about deer. Okay. Or what I put in. My movement's 18. My HP is 12. I have horns I can headbutt. Well, I'm a female deer, so I don't have horns. But I can headbutt, bite, kick with hooves. My skill level is 10, and the damage is D8.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll roll to kick him.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you a boon on the roll to kick him because he's tied up.
Oh, good.
Okay. And you can roll your D8. Oh yeah.
There's 3.
You kick him, he goes rolling across the ground a little bit more. He's still alive and up, but he looks pretty badly hurt. He's got blood kind of coming off the side of his head.
Now I walk over to Belthus. I kind of nudge at his sword hilt and walk towards the cart with like my nose, just kind of like mush at his hand and then at the sword hilt, and then
I think she
Counts
wants to
off.
put the sword in her mouth and let her stab.
I will pull out my sword, and if Lady Seer seems to be suggesting it, I'll finish the job.
Okay. As you get over top of this guy, Belthus, he like looks up at you, and you can see like there's blood starting to run out into the water puddle that's around him. You know, from his head. It's get that epic scene where the blood's like running out, and he looks at you and he's like, "You can kill me if you like, but you're not gonna stop it." Smathmog will turn this. Smathmog, smash mouth.
Hey now.
Guys, it all start.
Get it out, Michael. Get it out.
Smathmog will turn this whole vale into ruin. Won't be anything that you can do.
Gaia's
Burn
going
in
to
the
walk over,
fires.
seeing what Belthus is about to do, and just looks at Belthus and just gives a nod, and is waiting for the second he goes to start bringing the sword down, because he's going to say something right before he's.
Okay, what are you gonna say? Because I'm gonna kind of like black it out, like right at the moment of impact. So.
If only you had asked, you would have found out we already had 3 of the pieces you were looking for.
And at that moment, the sword slices down. And what we'll do is we will fast forward to your camp at that very moment. As you guys have had time to make camp and settle in. This has been a little rough with Tenumeral being a deer. And...
Alright, hiding apples all over the place so she doesn't eat them all.
So you guys get time to kind of sit down and kind of relax as the darkness kind of overtakes the you can hear like the running water of the river beside the light foliage of the forest here, and you guys are just kind of like sitting around reminiscing of the day and trying to make sense of everything that's happened this time. Is there any like thing that you guys want to discuss here, talk about, or how do you guys want to proceed with the adventure from here?
I'd like to try something.
Sure.
Hey, Timmy. How about you go out into the woods and find a friend, a dear friend, and try to communicate with it and see what information you can find out.
Tenumeral would start whinnying like she's a little scared to go out into the woods alone.
She doesn't.
As deer
No.
form.
I'll go with you, just from like a distance, just to not make sure I don't scare it away.
She's scared to do that. She's not looking interested. She would go into the cart and with her teeth, she would pull out her sleeping fur and she would nudge it in your direction. Because she's not gonna need it now. And that's her cue that she's not going into the woods tonight. She wants to go to sleep.
I was looking for a boon on hunting and fishing, but I guess not.
Gaia will spend a little time.
A fellow deer into a false sense of security.
How do you know you don't shoot the wrong one?
Yeah. I got chocolate all over my pants. Sorry. I just noticed that and I'm really bothered. Anyway.
Kauska spent some time looking at that book that she got. She's still secretly looking for Belthus, but is really just looking for any other info in this book.
One thing as you're looking through there, you're not really sure. You're really struggling, like trying to find something Belthus related, and you're not really even sure like where to even start, like because you don't know enough about Belthus to begin with to know anything about what you're actually looking for. You know, you're just like elf, and stuff like that. You know,
Elf, I suddenly
elf
show
knight,
about
you know?
the title.
You do find this interesting hero in there. Her name is Fiona. She's she was listed as a paladin. And there is great story about how she was known for putting down in destroying a terrible demon in a place known as Gloomshire.
Now, from this,
Hmm.
and having been reading this book for a while and all my stories, does Gloomshire sound familiar? Does it sound like something outside of the Misty Vale?
It sounds outside of the Misty Vale, and actually, you think you might have heard like a story about it.
Can I
But-
try to remember that story?
I would say go ahead and make a myths and legends.
Okay. I keep trying to up this every week because I just like that Kauska knows so many stupid stories and somehow seems to work. Let's see, myths and legends. I succeed.
Okay, I'm going to have to. I realize that this information is on my other computer over there, and I want to make sure I'm giving it to you correctly. So during our break, I will refresh myself and then get it back to you since you got that checked. So I want to make sure that I give you the information correctly. There's not a whole lot of extra information that you would have heard from the story, but there is some stuff there that I want to give to you.
Yay!
Mhm.
Info.
But I don't have it on this computer in front of me.
And then anytime as she flips through the rest of the time that she's looking through her book, anytime there's a description of a male elf warrior / prince, she looks at Belthus and reads carefully and looks at Belthus and reads carefully. And at one point when something sounds a little familiar, she like at Belthus and like throws her book at him just so he has to look at it. And then takes it back whenever he's like, no, it's not me, but
All right.
I will find something in this book, and it's probably going to be about like the naming of a child whose name is spelled backwards or something, and it's going to annoy the crap out of me.
All right. Well, do you guys want to fast forward to the morning? Are you guys okay doing that at this point? Okay. So we'll go to the morning. I need Numeral to make a D4 roll for us as we wake up next morning. See if there will be a day 2 of Numeral as a deer.
Alrighty. Let us see. Oh,
Hey, good luck. Good luck.
Oh, look at that! She wakes up.
First try.
We only
Yeah.
had one deer day for
that's
Numeral. That was very lucky.
lucky. I was expecting to be a deer for longer than one night.
So,
Yeah.
Numeral, you kind of wake up. The rain has stopped, and Numeral leaves out this big yawn, and your arms are back. You can speak again. And
Do
I
you
have
miss
to
me?
hide the deer day counter. Oh,
Oh,
I know. We went through all this effort.
oh.
But we have it for.
what happened again?
We have it for next time.
Can it be
Let's
a
hope
rule
I
that
become a deer.
Yeah,
still.
you'll probably roll some other animal next time, and I'll have to make a new counter.
can we just make it be that she has to be a deer forever? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's-
it's always a deer. That's right.
What are the other options again?
I don't
Let's
remember.
see.
There's like
I think it was like a raccoon, a squirrel.
Oh, I could be a cat, a fox, a goat, a wolf, a deer, or a bear.
Hmm.
I feel like all those are cool except for a goat. I don't want to be a goat.
It's
But
You
great.
guys can milk me and then have goat cheese, though.
Dogs for Life has volunteered to make new animal tokens.
Excellent.
Cheese
Connor
is
wakes up.
delicious.
Connor wakes up and he notices Numeral's back to being a human. And he kind of sighs. He's like, just made this calendar. Now what am I going to use it for?
Hey, Tinny,
Yeah.
does this make you a deer maiden instead of a swan maiden?
Yeah.
Maiden. That's so amazing.
Because that's the story I'm going to tell people. That you're a deer maiden, not that this was a mishap. Okay.
But what if she had been a goat maiden? Then she could have just eaten anything.
Right?
I mean, don't goats have iron stomachs?
No, they
I
can
mean,
literally
could
eat anything.
Garbage,
They can.
fences, goblins,
Yes.
walks.
Being a deer
Poor
was
goat.
actually not that bad.
Welcome back either way.
How was the apple?
It was the most delicious apple ever. I don't know if it's because I was a deer or because of the apple, but I felt so full, like I've never been full before, and I felt so strong, and it was so good. You should eat it.
Well, how many do we have left, Mr. Geyer? We only have like 5 left, right?
We have 8, technically.
Oh. Forgot how many we got.
We should eat apples for breakfast.
I showed like some venison.
You know, I bet I tasted delicious, but duck is yummy too. Have you ever had duck confit?
We don't
Duck
talk about what I
confit?
used to do in my younger days.
Galska leaves camp.
All this follows. Yeah.
Talking out early, boss.
There's a buddy cop movie going on in the woods now with Beltis and Galska because they can't handle this anymore.
Yeah.
So what I will do, is for just the sake of brevity, is I'm gonna go ahead and move you guys all the way down the river, and you guys will arrive back at Outskirt over the next 2 days. Now, it was 3 days, so whatever rations you have supplied in your wagon, each person present would have to go ahead and make sure they mark 3 rations for each of those.
I'll take care of it.
Make sure you guys are staying put on that, because we do have to track food in this game, so
Yep.
traveling back and forth.
Actually, so we would have 2 more camp. We would make camp 1 more time or 2 more times.
It'd
along the
be
river?
twice, 2 more times, yeah.
Okay. Geyer would try to go fishing those 2 nights, see if he catches anything on the way.
Okay, yeah, you guys can do like if you wanted to do like a hunting and fishing roll on each of those nights, you could do that and see if you caught any of those rations yourself. Use.
Nope.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
the second day actually.
Oh, Belthus.
Oh no! Did I break another quiver?
Belthus, actually, you're doing some hunting or fishing.
That would have been hunting.
Hunting. You just have a really, really bad night of you like have one night where you just stay up all night and you don't see a single animal.
I
You
failed
deer don't have the
to.
heart to shoot it.
That's
The first
You're
night
always,
you don't have a
you're
heart.
always second guessing yourself. Is that to numeral or is that a?
I think the first night he sees a deer and can't shoot it, and the second night Kalska falls out of a tree and lands on Belthus.
The clash of Kalsika falling on the metal man.
Just because I failed, I need a reason to fail.
Geyer, what'd you end up getting on the second night?
I got 3 rations of fish.
Oh, there you go. The second camp was made a little bit better by some fresh fish catch from Geyer.
I've just gone swimming for it, but
And after the travel from Fort Malice, you guys can see the familiar gates of Outskirt ahead of you. You guys arrive back into town. I'm going to go ahead and put you guys back over the Outskirt map so you guys can see all those places again to help remind you of what Outskirt looked like. And as you start to arrive Outskirt, what would you guys like to do here?
I think we have to unload our supplies and resupply.
Sell some things.
Can I trade my short bow for that long bow and then take it out of my pay, boss?
I just sort of laughs. Boss, it's a convenient tale to tell, my friend. But yes, so he'll take the longbow out, give it to Belthus, and take the
I'll trade
somewhat
my short-
damaged short bow.
We anything left from Nicolian or the lady
They were
or
like
anything from the Dragon Knights that I could give to Ophelia?
hold on a second.
You guys were unable to get their armor, but I thought there were some weapons laying around, but I didn't know if you guys had enough like room in your inventory to actually like grab anything.
I can't remember.
I know Geyer did not grab anything. He was over with the 2 sleeping people.
Hold on, I'm checking my notes. Isadelia was crushed. We didn't get anything off of her. I think Conry was near one of either Nikleon's or Isadelia's weapon. I don't know if he grabbed it.
Oh yeah, I think he was near a sword, but then you ran out of you didn't have space, right?
I was just near them to try to kill them.
Yeah. And then we were
But
taking
yeah,
off.
it was over encumbrance, and
And the tree
I
was
did not
attacking.
roll properly, so yeah, no.
Okay.
And I think I was too far.
Yeah, you were
Yeah, you had already walked out the
You'd
other elf outside.
Iliel out, and
Yeah,
I don't
I
think we
think I
grabbed
was
anything.
like, yeah, I think I ran towards the gate after it crushed everybody.
that's when we all started running.
Yeah.
We're like, whoop, tree's mad, gotta go.
And I will say this too, as you guys are kind of arriving in Outskirt, it is kind of getting late, so this, like, even though it is misty, the sun, you can tell the sun is starting to set a little bit, so it is getting rather a little darker here as you guys are entering the little village.
I guess we should just go sell things real quick and resupply and go to the tavern.
That works.
Did Conway just get attacked by a cat?
I'm sure that's what happened. Yeah, your
Oh.
claws to the flesh.
Deadly
Oh,
beast.
this is rough. It's like little thorns. Like
The kitten? It's a little
Mhm.
kitten! It's a little baby!
So did somebody say you guys were going to the tavern?
I
What's
said
wrong?
we would probably go because Tinny wanted to go talk to Ophelia, and
Yeah, I would probably go to the tavern right away and not join them at the store.
And if it's easier, we can just jump to the tavern and Geyer can go in and deal with selling everything. Because I'm going to have to add everything up to get the amount.
Geyer, just for the record, Kalska doesn't care about having her own money right now because Geyer shares everything with her. So whatever is Kalska's share, whatever is, it can be party funds or Geyer controlled funds. Kalska doesn't care.
Okay.
She'll ask for like a gold a week or something for like, she'll ask to like restock her rum in her bottle, and I think that's really it.
To numeral, are you going to the tavern yourself, or is anyone else going alongside you? Is there anyone else that's going with to numeral, or you guys all going to the? Can't remember that store's name.
Elf is probably sticking with the cart just to help protect in case, you know, they're thieves.
Oh, Master Olvar's. That's what it was. Gear shop. In the.
Kalska would ask to numeral if she wants company, or if she doesn't, then she'll go with Geyer.
I think maybe I'll explain a little bit of what happened to her and see how she takes it.
Filing your taxes is easy with Free Tax USA.
Really?
Huh?
I do need to file my taxes. Thank you for reminding me. To numeral, go ahead and make an awareness roll for me.
Need.
As you're walking through like this courtyard area, you look to the side of you and there's an alleyway between a couple of buildings, and you notice that there is a slumped over figure that looks like it's like laying in the alley.
Was not prepared for this. And I'm alone?
Yeah, because the rest of the group had gone off to the stores and
I
the
was
other places. They kind of veered off a different direction. You started going to the left a little bit.
Oh my god, sorry. I got something weird on my PDF. And it's pissing me off. It's trying to get me to do AI. I don't want to do AI. I just want to look at my character sheet. I'm not looking for a better AI assistant. Whatever. It won't let me close it. Ugh. How do I get rid of it? Okay, anyway. So I have any spells right now? I didn't change my spells. Ugh. I can see this thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe I'll do. Oh, look, it's because it was on my other page. Can I tell if they're breathing, if they're conscious, if they're awake, or if they're passed out?
I mean, it looks like it's an unmoving person, but you're not close enough to see if like there's like the breath in them or rising or anything like. Just kind of like laying there. It looks like kind of like face down in the alleyway. Really dark. You just see like the silhouetted image of it.
I'm gonna just like cast telepathy and like whisper the spell as quietly as I can.
Okay.
Just to kind of like at power level 1 and just like see if I can like sense any surface level thoughts of any kind. And I succeed.
Okay. So you see this image as your mind kind of projects into this person, and you can see it's kind of like you're taking on this person's point of view, and you're in some heavy armor, and you are walking along, and you are all of a sudden confronted by what looks to be 6 to 8 individuals in dark cloaks, wielding short swords and daggers. And before you can even kind of like reach up to grab a weapon or a blade, it's almost if these swords are upon you. And you can hear kind of like blades piercing through metal. And you can see flashes of different kind of moments of this young girl with dark hair in her childhood. Then this other image of this like probably late teens girl like sparring with a wooden sword with a teacher. And then you see some of these other moments kind of like flashing like back and forth. And then all of a sudden you're starting to see this white haze just kind of erupt and then start to just go into darkness. And the last thing that you see in the steps of the darkness is this alleyway. It looks like a vantage point of where your point of view is laying down on the ground in the alley, and these cloaked figures running away down the alley.
Ooh.
And you flash out.
Can I run over to the figure?
Yeah, you run over and
who it is?
You reach down and kind of pull up the shoulder, and you see the heavily armored individual laying face down, and you pull her over and see that it is Ophelia. And she is been stabbed several times.
Oh no, is she dead already by the time I get over?
It does not appear that she is breathing.
Oh no. Oh. So I'm gonna scream really loud and just kind of like grab her and try to see if there's any wounds, even though it seems like she's not breathing, that I could like try to stem or anything.
Okay, and as this scream like rings out, you guys would all still probably be like just getting to the store to enter it when you hear that from a distance. And that's where we're gonna take our break for the evening.
Hello, and thank you so much for hanging out with us here at Proficiency Bonus. Please take an opportunity to support our sponsors.
First up is Little Dragon Corp. Little Dragon Corp is an online storefront based in the Great White North of Canada. They sell everything your heart could desire, so long as everything your heart desires is largely polyhedral dice sets and other TTRPG sundries. Check them out for all of your dicey needs. Perhaps buy a lovely hardcover copy of one of these fine books. If you're feeling especially cute, you could treat yourself to a t-shirt or one of these fine little proprietary Little Dragon Corp dragon plushies. They've got all the classic types of dragon, like Mooney, Terra, Dad, Whatever strikes your fancy over on Little Dragon Corp, be sure to enter our special promo code BONUS at checkout for 15% off of your order. That's BONUS, BONUS, for 15% off your order. That's like if you made 7 individual purchases, you could basically buy anything you want on the store, and it's like it was free with all the money that you saved from earlier. I'm absolutely positive that's how math works, and I will be taking no questions at this time. Thank you, Little Dragon Corp.
Cardboard Castle Games is a brick-and-mortar game store local to Evans, Georgia. They have a wide selection of tabletop gaming and other cool games like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon cards, and even Yu-Gi-Oh! You can visit them in-store and let them know that we sent you, or you can go visit their website at cardboardcastlegames.com.
Don't forget to find us on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. Links to our social media pages and outlets are located below this video.
Don't forget, you can also support the channel by following, by subscribing, remembering to click the bell notification so you never miss another live stream, using channel emotes, and if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get a free subscription to Twitch every month.
While we are away, now is a great time to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's absolutely free, and there you will find hours upon hours of content to enjoy. Click the bell icon to activate notifications so you won't miss a single show. Once again, thank you for joining us. We hope you are enjoying the show, and we'll be back in just a moment. We are back, folks, as Numeral just let out a scream
as she has found Delia in an alleyway, stabbed and unconscious and unbreathing. How do the rest of you respond as you guys are kind of walking towards the store, full of supplies and ready to make a gold coin or two, and so you hear the scream coming from behind you, a couple buildings away.
Do we recognize the voice? Or?
I'm sure you guys would be able to tell that was Tenumral's scream.
So,
all this bolts.
This is by the inn at number 4, right? And
yeah, you guys weren't far. You guys were probably over here.
Okay, and she's right there.
And she's over here.
I would run back across the little square, but if I see Belthus going into the alley, Kalska jumps into the cart to guard the cart.
Okay, sure.
Because she's getting a little paranoid about the things that we have in the cart.
Okay. So Belthus, you ran immediately. You probably the first to see Tenumeral like standing over a fallen, or like it's probably sitting down and like holding a fallen figure on the ground.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Ophelia.
Hey. Attacked.
I'd have to check your microphone. It's kind of glitching out on us.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
It's Ophelia. She was attacked.
Attacked by who? Whom?
Oh, cloaked figures in black cloaks and swords. Like 6 of them.
Did you see them?
I mean, not with my eyes.
Oh. Is she alive? Is she okay?
I don't think she's okay. Tenuro would start crying.
Oh, I'm gonna get down and like check Ophelia and also like try to comfort Tenumeral.
Yeah, there's several stab wounds in the armor of Ophelia, and you can see like there's blood kind of just everywhere. It's bad.
They got in the weak points.
Mm. What would Geyer do? Did Geyer run with the screams, or?
So yes and no. Geyer would be walking a little slower because I've got an arm full of supplies. Well over what I should be carrying and trying to walk around successfully. That's sort of eventually though makes it over to at least the entranceway. It's probably still a good little distance back.
Mm.
And then just sort of glances in, sees Tenumeral down over this body, Belthus down on the body. Oh. I mean, what did you two do? We've been back in town 10 minutes. Obviously, someone must have stolen her voice. I can't hear what she's saying, but I see her lips moving.
Okay.
It works when she sticks her tongue out.
I didn't do this.
Then why are you crouched over?
It's Ophelia. I found her like this. She was just in the alley, and I couldn't tell it was her from far away. So I cast telepathy to try to see what this dark figure was in the alley, and I saw last thoughts.
Yeah, Guy's just gonna
quiet.
Take a couple of steps forward. Perhaps it would be best if come along, you two. We're going to the shop, and Guy's going to try to lead them away a little bit.
Okay, what do you guys do?
We can't just let her.
Perhaps you don't realize the group of us, regardless of how it happened, were responsible for the death of her compatriots. We opened a door, and 2 people who were in her same unit, religious, whatever, are now dead. Should someone find that out and then find us all crouching over her body, that's what we like to call in the business plausible cause.
Can't leave her side.
You think we could be blamed for killing the Dragon Knights?
Killed 2 of them?
No, we didn't stop them. The tree killed them.
And we gave
I'm
the tree its
picturing-
power.
I'm picturing Tinny in court. The tree did it, and everyone just saying, "Burn the witch." I'm sorry. I had to share that with somebody else.
Leave her like this. I'm not gonna leave her in the alleyway. I think we should bury her or tell somebody or something.
We need to find out who did it.
Kalska calls to Geyer because that's the next closest person to her because she's not in the alley. Mr. Geyer, what's going on? Because Kalska's just on the cart ready to like attack anyone who comes near the cart.
The guy who's just going to shake his head and just start walking away is going to stop by Kalska. Apparently, Ophelia is dead.
Did they check her to be alive? Did they get Conry who can fix people?
No and no. I don't.
Cool.
Well, I don't know. And no, Conry is Conrying. I'm going to the shop though because we've already...
Where is Conry? Kalska looks around from the top of the cart. Where did Conry go?
Conry is out picking flowers nearby, like within
outside
range,
town?
within visual range of you, just kind of sitting off in his own little corner.
Kalska whistles at Conry.
Huh?
Get over here now. Get over here.
Has this little robe out, holding a whole thing of flowers.
Thank you for the flowers.
Like a flower?
They're pretty. Go fix, please.
You just call me pretty.
Yes, please go fix Ophelia.
Big suck.
Allie, go. Explain later.
Okay.
Thank you.
Drop all the flowers. Run over to the alley.
He drops the flowers and Kalska gets out and starts picking them up while looking out for anyone coming to the cart. She doesn't want his work to go to waste, but...
Yep,
What did
Connor.
you guys- what-
Yep, you
The
see,
Wolfkin.
What
see
did you
everybody
do?
surround.
Are we burying the body? Is that what you guys called me? I have a shovel in the cart.
Yes.
I did not hear a word you just said because your audio.
Yeah, the audio
What's
cut
wrong
out.
with it tonight? Why is everyone asking me if I did this? I did not do this.
Usually
It's the vibe you give off.
All right, so we didn't do this.
Noise
So
on. I wonder if that was why. Why does he keep keeping that on?
Sounds a lot better now. Yeah.
let's see. Do I get the feeling that she is beyond recovery, Michael?
She is definitely dead. So if you don't have anything that can restore life to an individual, then this individual will remain dead.
Sir Wolfkin, can you fix her?
Yeah, she's too far gone. Do I get an idea of how long she's been dead?
I mean, probably within the last 40 minutes or so.
This is recent. Somebody in town must have done this. And
Okay. It was.
Nope.
It
I'm
was.
gonna try rolling healing to figure out what killed her.
I think Lady Seer saw vision.
You don't even really have to roll. It's pretty obvious that she's full of stab wounds.
So was it the stab wounds or her cold that she had while she was stabbed?
It was definitely the stab wounds.
Double check.
Man, that stuff
He was-
knows.
Yeah, the
He
sinuses.
was stabbed by like 6 cloaked figures in dark black cloaks.
So you saw this happen? You witnessed the murder and
Through her
No.
magic.
you waited 40 minutes to
I-
call me?
No. Oh, I cast telepathy when I saw the figure and saw her final thoughts.
You cast telepathy on Ophelia?
Yes. She must have been bleeding out slowly or something.
Perhaps Lady Seer caught her final moments.
Leans over. Hunter kind of leans over the guy. I think the elves are murderers.
I'm just saying now we're 3 for 3.
They read the thoughts of a dead person.
Oh, no, Conry, that doesn't make them murderers, that makes them necromancers. There's a difference. They play with the dead body, they don't make the dead body.
Touché. Sorry.
Bell, we do.
Well, we need to bury her and possibly find out who these hooded figures are.
They were probably followers of Azrael Koth, if I were to guess.
Hunter leans over the guy again. I think they're trying to look within themselves to identify their inner beasts.
Kalsuka's just picking up flowers by the cart, for the record. She's not involved in this at all. She's blissfully unaware that there's...
Should we get the guard?
Typical clothing, long-sleeved?
Well, now I'm in that stuff.
Oh, she's wearing the white serpent armor now.
Okay, was the serpent armor long sleeve?
That would be up to the person who crafted it.
Is Belthus. How do you picture this?
I mean, it's up to interpretation. Cool looking.
Cool. Whatever it is, it's badass.
But the question is, does it have sleeves past the elbows?
Would you?
I feel like I don't know.
No, you guys tell me.
So I'll tell you right now, Geyer is wondering whether or not he can see to numerals forearms where all these people are tattooed. Now that Connery has called out that they're murderer people and that they're inner beasts. Now, I was going, no, maybe I can't have them around Kalsuka. I gotta watch out for her.
Belthus is gonna lift up Ophelia at this point.
Okay, sure.
Kind of do like the carry.
Okay. Make sure you give her a proper send-off. Scorching flames, the entire pyre.
Should we tell the guards?
Yeah.
Should we carry the body through the streets, or should we get a guard to come?
Oh, yeah. Who's the captain of the guard again?
As a group of people known as the Suspicious Acquaintances, probably we should go straight to Hardy to tell them instead of...
Yeah. Go to the one that we trust.
Okay.
And maybe don't make a scene as we take her out of here.
Geyer will go over to the wagon, put all the goods back at the end of the wagon, look over it, come back over to Belthus and Numeral. And stay with the body. I will go fetch him and bring him here so we do not cause a riot. And Geyer's going to go start wandering the town to try to find him.
Yeah, you'd find him at the southern gate. What would you say to him as you approach?
Oh, Captain, how's things treated you?
Oh, things are going well. How are you?
We've had better nights returning. We came in through the north gate, and unfortunately, we found something in the alley next to the inn. We didn't want to parade it through town.
Another one of those dead bats I shot?
No. Well, you're part right. It's dead, but it's not a bat.
Oh.
It's a large armored woman.
What?
The blue-haired woman with the armor that's been in town for a while.
All right, I know that one that keeps to herself.
Apparently, we came back in and I was preparing to go into the shop, and one of my compatriots was heading into the inn and noticed this slumped-over individual, assumed they were drunk, and found a body.
Oh, how unfortunate. Well,
We didn't want to parade it through town and risk causing a panic. I left a few of my friends basically keeping people away while I came to get you.
well, I better get over there and take a look and see if I can scrounge up any information or evidence.
Yeah, I'll show you the way.
All right. And you kind of lead Captain Hardy back to the location. He kind of just like gestures towards one of the other guys that are up there, and they kind of take over kind of the role of looking out from the southern gate as you lead Captain Hardy back. Any of you doing anything in the process while Geyer is gone, or are you just kind of waiting around for him to get back? Okay. So
I'd just be waiting.
okay.
Kauska would run into the alley really quick just to see what's happening since she hasn't seen it yet. And then she just looks at Belthus because Tinny's crying. She doesn't know what to do with the crying Tinny. And she just says, make sure someone tells the captain everything that Tinny saw, because if there's a bunch of people stabbing people in town, I think we need more guards on the watch tonight. And paranoid like Kauska scurries back to the cart because she's after what's his face said there's hundreds of the cultists. Kauska's convinced everyone's coming for their cart, so she's just back to the cart.
Gotcha.
I'll let them know.
So Geyer, are you leading? So Ophelia was carried to the cart, right? Or did you?
Geyer went back to the cart. I had told Belthus and Tenumal just to stay there, assuming they were staying right where they found her.
Okay. So,
maybe we move the cart to block the alley so that no one can see.
Yeah.
Kalsika could do that. She's at the cart, you know.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Yeah. So Geyer brings Captain Hardy up to the spot and said, "Oh, is this where it took place?"
Well, presumably this is where we found it. Geyer will sort of look and see the cart's been moved. Somebody moved the... Oh, Kalsika. Wonderful idea. She apparently moved the cart to prevent people from seeing, but slide by and gesture in to the two elves and just be like, I was walking to the store. They can probably tell you more.
Now he kind of walks up and he sees the body. I guess it would be laying.
I'm just kind of cradling it right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. That's definitely her. Oh yeah, several wounds. You found her this way.
I can do magic, Mr. Hardy. I don't know if you knew that. Anyway, so I saw the figure slumped over and I didn't know what it was in the dark and I was scared, so I cast telepathy and I read its mind and I saw its last thoughts, and it was Ophelia and she was thinking about her childhood, but then also her murder, and I saw from her perspective that 6 people surrounded her and stabbed her and they were in black cloaks, and then she fell and then everything went white and fuzzy and I ran over because I realized it was her and she wasn't breathing anymore.
Oh. That's a shame. Really didn't know too much about her. She just kept to herself. Always in the 3 stags.
She was a good person. She wanted to help people.
So you were friends?
I think so.
Friends are hard to come by nowadays.
Yeah, she didn't even have to pay me.
He kind of side-eyes you for a second.
Long story.
Well, I'll just take a look here in the alley and see if I can look for any clues.
Have you seen anyone, a group of people? Did a new group of people come through town in the last day or two?
Didn't we find someone beat up the other day?
Not in the last day or two. I mean, there's a lot of people that wear cloaks around here, unfortunately, with the weather.
No one knew, though, in a big group.
No one knew.
So that means the killer must be somebody who we're all familiar with. It must be a group of people who are in town normally.
He just
Or they're just very good at hiding.
Or they're good at hiding.
She said 6 figures, right? How many people hung out with your duck friend, Geyer?
I don't know. He's not my friend.
He has like a rotating stable of people, right? Like, there's never the same people with him at all
Well, yeah, it was
times.
kind of like never. You really don't have a good gauge because it was never like all the same people.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember that one day he was sitting in the tavern and he had like 3 or 4 people with him. So that would make 5. But then when he stopped us when we were fighting that drunkard screaming about the end of the world, he only had 3 with him that day. Then there was that day we tried to follow him around and he just was alone.
So you said 5. So with him, that would be 6?
No, a total of 5. It was him and 4 others.
Also,
Yeah.
we're not keeping track if it's the same people on any given day, Connery. It could be the same
I mean,
human
they were
twice.
big, they had ears, they didn't have a bill,
Right. But if he
they didn't have a
travels
muzzle, so that
I mean, he's suspicious.
mercenaries do whatever for the right price.
That's
Would
my
I?
suspicion.
I think most of us would do just about anything for a Klondike bar, so why not the right price?
Or a longbow.
Sponsorships are available.
Like Lars.
Did you ever find anything out about those bodies that were hanging north of town a few weeks ago?
Are you asking Captain Hardy about this?
Yeah.
He kind of looks and says, "No, not really."
Anyone new come to town around then? Maybe the same people who hung those people killed Ophelia.
You know, now that I think about it, there were 2. Young lady with dark skin, dark hair. I think a younger gentleman. But to be honest, I hadn't seen them in a couple of days. I thought they had left.
Did you catch their names?
No, I did not, unfortunately.
Were they
Oh,
selling
we should keep our
cabbages and
eye on
spinach?
No. They just said they were passing through, stocking up on supplies. I think they were headed out of the Misty Vale, is what I was understood.
Maybe those people that escaped the temple.
That is a valid point.
And then there was that one guy who came in with the really black eyes. Really weird.
He's pretty safe.
Oh,
You sure?
What do you think?
He gives me really weird vibes.
yeah, he's a little strange, but
I remember Hafamel. Is that his name?
I think he smokes too much.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Life lesson.
But his tobacco plants are so wonderful.
Oh, now he's got you
Should
hooked.
Did,
A guy's got to point at the tobacco plant still in the back of the wagon. I'm
is,
growing one.
are there any other dragon knights around that we we can notify?
Hmm.
Or did Ophelia have any family?
That's a question I'd love to know. I don't, like I said, I don't know much about her. She came to town, been here probably, gosh, maybe a month, and would
Never-
always just kind of make camp at the bar, and there are 3 stags, and just kind of keep to herself.
She never came before with other people?
Not that I recall.
It's probably up to us to bury her.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean, if you were her friend, I would say you probably have the best relationship out of everyone here in Outskirt with her.
What time of day would you say it is, Wonderful?
10 p.m.-ish.
That's oddly specific. Okay.
It's about right about now.
You just looked at your clock, you cheater.
That's it. That's it.
What time of day is it?
Bellfish should
It is.
carry her to the cart.
Thank you, Windows.
That's right.
If Sir Mallard doesn't mind having transporting.
No, I have no issue with it. We're about to offload a bunch of merchandise. And it will give me some time. I can try to examine her, see if I can determine anything.
Any evidence would help.
Kauska would ask, would describe, I think it was Kaya and Wakefield that I think he's describing, that Hardy's describing.
Okay.
And I will describe them more detailed to make sure we're thinking of the same person.
Okay.
Nice blast from the past.
I just dug through my notes. This is
No,
my
Yeah, I had a
Glad
feeling
you
that's
found
what
those
you
2
were doing.
names. I just wrote those down. Thank you.
it was from
Yeah.
the group. Okay.
Yeah. He kind of, as you describing that, he's like, "Yo, yeah, those were the 2. Yeah."
And you're pretty sure they left, but you're not 100% sure that they left.
I'm not 100%. I mean, I'm not on the wall every hour of the day, so I can't.
Okay. Kauska looks at Geyer. Mr. Geyer, while you help with this, I think, is it okay if I go to the tavern and ask there if they've seen Kaya and Wakefield and if they got a room there before they left? I want to just make sure that they've left town and that they weren't the ones that did this.
But of course, as long as you're safe, perhaps you should take Connery with you.
Connery, do you want to go get some food and ask some questions?
Absolutely. I just partially feel offended that he gets asked, like, Connery, you want to go on a ride? Absolutely, sure. Outside. My tail is wagging. The guy are like,
Kauska gives Connery the flowers he had gathered back, but she's wrapped them with like a spare bit of like something, and like it's now like a nice bouquet. And goes, I tied them together so they don't fall on the ground anymore. She gives him like a big bouquet of flowers.
oh. We should bury Ophelia.
If you want.
And you'd be right.
Then Geyer will give Kalsika 5 gold before she goes to head into the tavern to make sure she's got enough to get what she wants.
Okay.
Okay, I'll get more alcohol in my thing, and I'll get some food to bring to all of us. I guess you guys are gonna go outside of town to bury her.
Are we doing this evening or in the morning?
I don't know.
I'd rather a bit of time to be able to examine before.
Okay, I'll go order us all
Oh,
some
no.
dinner then.
Is Geyer doing an autopsy in our cart right now?
Scalpel.
Sometimes it's best not to ask.
I would like to. See, now that you said that, now I can just think of Ducky from NCIS.
Should we wheel the cart out of the town for the autopsy and burial? I wonder.
I'd rather not have us that separated, especially if the majority are going to be staying in the inn this evening.
True.
Especially with six shadowy figures, all with knives, wandering around, and there's only 5 of us.
The odds are in our favor.
Easily outnumbered.
Our bodies get stinky the longer they breathe.
It's the night, Tinny. This is like the medieval lands. Things are always smelly. It's already smelly here. Casca motions to herself.
Yes.
Connor
Okay.
kind of
There's enough money to get yourself a bath if you'd like one.
No, okay, for Geyer. Casca goes into the tavern.
You can see Captain Hardy kind of like wandering the alley a little bit. It looks like he's like looking for, clues or evidence or perhaps weapons or anything like left behind, like looking around, and he's doing the kind of like nonchalant, like not like looking but not looking too detailed at it, because this probably happens relatively often at times, and it's kind of like very difficult for them to be able to tie things down with so many people coming and going at times. And you can see there's like this spirit of Captain Hardy that's a little bit almost bored. And he looks up at you guys as he's kind of walking back up the alley, and things have been rather quiet lately. This has kind of been the only thing that's been stirred up here in the last, I don't know, week or so. All the goblins, they stopped raiding Outskirt.
So
Don't see the orcs anymore.
Concerned.
I don't know. It's a little bored.
A woman just died here, and you're bored.
Oh. I'll look into it.
Casca tugs on Geyer's shirt because she doesn't like that Hardy's being very nonchalant about this.
Yeah, and Geyer's thinking the same thing. So I'm gonna earn a couple of little points, and apparently still,
You're struggling with those awareness rolls tonight.
yeah,
Yeah. I just got a notion of boredness, and it looks like he's kind of like lost a little drive. Like you just get that vibe that he's just.
You kill one giant gross bat thing and you think that's the end of your coolness and you just stop?
Oh, yeah, well, I wasn't going that far now.
Well, that's what you're acting like, sir.
Hardy, this is somebody's daughter, possibly somebody's mother, possibly somebody's sister. I'm gonna need you to take this a little bit more seriously.
You know what? You're right. I'll take a little bit more time and look again. So he kind of disappears back into the alley and starts like snooping around there and checking behind different crates and stuff that are just like piled up behind there next to the inn. And
You can see Connor's hair kind of standing on the back of his neck.
Casca's just annoyed. She doesn't like that he's just like, yeah, somebody got stabbed in the alley. It's like, this is the first time this has happened since we've been here, so it's like, this shouldn't matter.
Didn't we see someone who got beat up?
Yeah, we stopped a guy from getting killed who was screaming about the end of the world. So we're
Do
aware.
you guys beat him up?
Huh?
No,
they beat him up so nobody else did.
we knocked him out so Rosamund wouldn't stab him.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't beat him up. We just threw a hammer at his head and knocked him out.
That we mean Geyer.
Wait a minute! I have a spell that I learned.
Hmm.
I can look back
Go
a
on.
day in time
You can look back a day in time?
with scrying.
While she's doing that, Geyer's going to gesture to Belfast to have him lay her body into the wagon. And he's going to take the tent out and sort of build basically like a little covering over it, so it's a little more private for him to do his examination.
Wow.
Oh my god, that spell is amazing.
She can look back
A year?
At power
And
level 2.
Century?
and then the last sentence is like, "Oh." The GM decides exactly what to say. Oh.
Visions are
Even before that, they are
cryptic and fragmented.
Cryptic
Yeah.
and fragmented. So she's going to look back a day and she's going to see nothing but knives getting stabbed into
Exactly
all
what
the
I just
joints.
saw already.
I wonder if it could just be at the mouth of the alley as people in the hoods run past you. Just an idea. Just an idea.
Oh, that's kind of what I'm wondering.
Yes, but they run past you the other way, so you're looking this way and they go whoop, so you only see the back of their head.
No.
Don't give him bad ideas. So yeah, this is a new spell that this seems like a good time to try it out that I had learned. Enough
Okay.
time has certainly passed since learning it. I just can't use it the same session. And I
Up
have it
to a
prepared.
day.
Yep.
I'm gonna give this one a go while we're all sitting here and trying to figure out what's happening, and Hardy's being kind of strange about it. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a go. I'm just gonna do power level 1 because
I mean, it was only.
You don't need a
Not
year.
a 20.
You don't need a year.
yeah. So I want to try to see like what Ophelia was like doing, how she ended up in the alley, and like the people coming in, if I could see their faces at all, or like if they put the hoods up as they went into the alley, I don't know.
Or if they had a duck bill.
Or if they had a duck bill. Yes,
Okay. So you begin to cast your spell. Is it like an instant action to cast this spell, or does it take a long time, or?
Actually, let me.
It looks like it's an instant action, but it's concentration.
Yeah, so she kind of goes into this zone of. Okay, so requirement is just a gesture. So.
Connor pulls out the Sharpie.
So you begin to see.
Put my hands out and the eyes start going.
Eyes start to begin to glow. You start to see time reverse itself. You see a lot of people walking in reverse, backwards. You see people moving through the streets. You recognize two people during the day earlier. You do recognize Kaya and Wakefield. So you have a feeling like they were at least in town within this past day. As you see them kind of walking by, it looks like they were just walking and chatting with one another. May have gone in the inn and then walked out of the inn and then just carried on with their business, because you're only like focusing on this locale. You're only on this like current location.
Yeah.
You see flashes.
What were they wearing?
They were wearing the same thing they were wearing whenever you guys ran into them at the temple.
Okay.
So basically, the black cloak with the hoods down, dark attire.
What rank are we doing this at?
What was that?
What rank are we doing this at? Just one?
Just one, yeah.
She only needs a day.
All right, now I just wanted to make sure you didn't go too far back and see me taking a piss in the alley.
You see Connery like lifting his leg. You do see there are a couple other individuals that are walking, and you see at one point you do see Ophelia, and you see this like all of a sudden this flash of like her eyes, as her eyes like glare in. It's almost as if she's like listening in and honing in on these two's conversation. The two look similar to Kaya and Wakefield, but are not the same people. They're wearing kind of like the same attire, but they're having this conversation with one another. And one of them, which you can hear, I believe, gain knowledge of events. So yeah, you'd be able to hear. Let me double check to make sure I'm giving you the right information.
This right here is why I chose mentalism.
Have me digging through rule books.
Interesting history and info.
So you get like this, and Ophelia's like starting to get drawn into this. Like she's like lurking kind of behind these guys as she like hears them talking. And one of the individuals is kind of like whispering, but you can hear it almost like it sounds like more than one person's talking, like in your spell, but you got this little like whisper that's going on in the background. But you can hear this. One of them's talking about this name that this individual was talking about. Somebody by the name of Cato the Curious, and about how there was this tower in a nearby village, Blackridge, and far northeast it perished in dragon fire. What they think centuries ago. And now this individual is sent to haunt these ruins. But we ran into this mallard who seems to think there's more to it. Maybe a piece of that statuette we're looking for is there. And then you see Ophelia's eyes go wide. And then leading up to those points, there's some more like fast forward motions going on. You see Ophelia come out, and then at night, probably right as soon as it's kind of the sun is setting, right before you guys entered town, 40 minutes give or take before you guys arrived, she is confronted by cloaked individuals, hoods up, and just mauled by blades. Like you just see like the shininess of the blades coming through. She tries to get her shield and sword up in time, but there's just too many of them. She's just swamped. And as she falls down, she kind of reaches up and grabs one of their cloaks and kind of pulls back on the cloak, revealing a duck-billed face. And as she falls to the ground, she clanks there one last time, like reaching up towards this individual. And the individual just like slowly looks down towards her, shakes his duck-billed face, throws his hood back up over his cloak, and they all just start tearing down the alley, running away from her dying corpse in the alley.
I think Kauska has an epiphany.
Well, I have to wait for Tinny to tell us these things, and then I'm gonna start screaming.
As Tenumeral is like seeing this happen, and kind of in her zone and doing her weird thing, which is a new gesture nobody has yet seen before. As she's witnessing her friend dying now for the second time, you'd see like another tear just roll down her face while she's still in the vision, and then she would come out of it.
I think that would be the
enraged.
difficult part about being a mentalist mage, is watching multiple times your friend die in your mind.
Yeah.
Well,
Pretty
just make it mental.
Seeing the body is bad enough, and then you watch them die twice, so it's kind of like 3 times. I'll leave it to also, before I just pop out of it, if anyone is having any reactions, observing what I'm doing, observing what's happening, or wants to roleplay anything before I come out
I'm waiting for the info before I start screaming.
All right, anyone else?
He seems out of it.
Has Belthus put the body into the wagon?
I think he's just watching Tenumeral going through this.
Yeah, he did put the body in the wagon.
And what Geyer hasn't even noticed, because as Belthus has put it down, Geyer is now going through. I'm looking for anything and everything on Ophelia's person.
Okay. Of course, she had the plate armor, which now has several like holes in it.
Holes in it.
but it's still like you could mend it, you could fix it. She had on her a second. I'm gonna find her. Actually, I might be able to find. Nope, I didn't put it. Figures. Why would I make it easier for my? Why would I do that? That's not what Michael does. She had on her. Oh, she didn't have a sword. She had a Morning Star. Excuse me. She got out her. And her shield was technically called a small shield, but it is metal, and it was had those like Dragon Knight symbols upon it.
Oh, okay.
And her plate mail is armor level 6.
No money or anything on her?
She had no money on her.
Okay, no like little tchotchkes, anything like that?
Nothing.
Okay.
No dragon pieces?
Unfortunately, no.
would.
Hey, look what she had in her pocket the whole time.
Guy will pop his head out as this is probably going on and see Numeral doing some weird thing and just look over at Beltis. I'm not sure if they robbed her, if she had anything, but all she's got is basically her armament. So, as an initial purview. I mean, she could have other things if something was important. She may have swallowed it, but I won't know until further investigation.
Perhaps if we track down the perpetrators, we could find more then.
By the way, why is Numeral twitching like that?
Seems
Has
she's
her head
talking
always
about-
been able to rotate 360 degrees?
Seems like a new sort of motion for her.
And poof, she turns into another deer.
Yeah.
I had a friend that could do that. I think her name was Emily Rose.
All right, so I would snap out of it with just a tear streaming down my cheek, and I would become enraged looking, and I would grab my knife and charge towards the tavern.
Okay.
No, I'm
With, like, my
following.
hand
Yeah, I'm following.
on my hilt
Okay.
of the knife. Like, I didn't pull it out, but like anyone who knows me, my hand is on the blade of my magic knife.
Okay.
I don't know what she saw, but I'm following.
Hey, where's everybody going?
Running after her.
Somebody has to stay and watch the wagon. So Geyer will remain, and
Isn't that what the dogs can also help with and alarm us if someone goes
That-
too far?
That's wow.
Lucy and River, not you. Stop being so sensitive, Connery. You're
that's not
welcome
a
in their
dog,
job.
that's a moose.
Throw it.
And
I did.
I would look at Connery and Geyer and say, "You two come with me also."
Tinny, did you learn anything? Kalska asks as she's like running behind her.
Geyer is going to follow and
Share
look
with
over at
us?
Lucy and River. If
Yeah.
anything happens,
I think Kelsey's been dying to know.
It's okay if we don't get it. It's fine. Kalska's just very
Keep it when
intrigued.
we're in a
Yeah.
when I'm in a calmer and more private space. But for right now, I want to see if that damn duck is in this tavern.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go charging
no,
into
you
the
haven't
front
done it
door
yet.
of the
I'm
tavern
following
to
you.
numeral?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of slam the door open, and hopefully some of my friends are behind me and take a look at who's inside.
You do see, like, as you slam the door open, Leonara is over there, like, serving a couple individuals and almost, like, spills the whole tray of beverages that she was taking over as you kind of, like, just charge in. I mean, the night is, it's a little busy inside, but as you're looking around, you don't see any sign of Quasimond or any of those, like, goons that normally sit with him. But you see, like, there's a bunch of people just enjoying meals and a little bit of music playing in the background.
Sorry for interrupting. I have no idea what's gotten in there. It's, enjoy your meals, everybody.
Bagenhild kind of is just shocked and surprised and she kind of like reaches, like, you guys have remembered, like, she carries like a warhammer at her side, and you guys see her just kind of put her hammer down to her side a little bit as she's behind the bar kind of pouring some beverages.
Oh, she's
Geyer's
a quick-
going to reach out and very lightly touch Numeral's back and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I can tell you're upset about something. perhaps talk to your friends, and maybe we can help.
Merle would whisk around and say, I was in the mood to get in a bar fight with a duck tonight, and it's not you.
That we can work with. And Geyer is going to walk up to the bar and call the woman over whose name has already 3 seconds ago slipped my mind.
Leonara. One or the other.
And just say, my dear, I am hoping you can help me with something. Would you, by chance, and Guy's going to go into his pouch and pull out 5 gold and set it on the counter under his hand. Would you, by chance, know where Quasimond lives?
Well, he just kind of bounces around, to be honest. I mean, sometimes he stays here, but I haven't seen him in probably... Maybe he was in here earlier today.
He doesn't own a home, and...
I'm aware. Just kind of like a squatter. I mean, he's just around.
Alright.
Would you have any idea who might be able to help me find him? It is imperative that we speak with him.
I don't see any normal his normal band and crew around. I don't see anybody
anywhere else in town.
They could be anywhere in town. They just, to be honest, outside of Three Stags, they think they run the place.
New Girl would storm over to where they're by the bar, and she would stomp by, like, kind of behind Leonora to the seat next to her, and while doing so, kind of like shoulder check her and hope to knock all the drinks out of her hand.
Okay. Yeah, you shoulder check her. Go ahead and make a roll for me. Just roll a straight D20.
Bro, this is a demon. I'm dying.
Okay, yeah. Like one of the cups on the tray like spills over and like starts to dump, but she kind of like balances it. Excuse me. What is going on?
Excuse you.
All right.
Okay,
well,
what?
As much as I love duck hunting as the next Elmer Fudd, can we go outside and talk? Maybe an explanation, what's going on, why we hunting them. Elaborate.
Bah, 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 bah. I want her to get me a bottle of red mulled wine. A whole bottle right now.
Are you asking Leonara that?
Yeah. Right now.
Sure, can you allow me to finish serving my current customers and then I'll take care of you right away?
Right now!
She slams down on the table. All the other customers like hush and they like
Belthus?
Belthus.
I've got my hand on my sword.
That's not the help we're looking for right now.
Okay. Geyer's just going to walk
When
around
is
the
Elsa the
bar.
one trying to de-escalate crap? What is going on here?
Geyer's going to walk behind the bar. It's like, my dear, forgive me. I'll get you in the morning if I'm not back in a moment. I'm going to grab the bottle of wine, grab Tnumerl, and try to walk her out the door.
Okay, you got it.
This bar. I want to sit at this bar.
Belthus.
Belthus, can you... Okay, hey Belthus, you remember how there's been times where you just carried me out of problems? This is a problem. This is public.
Vagenhild gets the warhammer out from the side of her belt and just takes it and slams it on the bar and just goes boom and kind of shouts out towards all of you. What is going on here?
Me. You can't control your friends or your bar patriots.
Okay.
And you ordered them to kill her, I bet.
Are you
The
talking
minute
to...
she says that, Geyer is
And then
going
I'll-
to cast Puff of Smoke, and I
Okay.
am literally trying to charge her out the door. Just shoulder into Tenumeral and just running for the door.
Tenumeral, all of a sudden
I'm
you're
gonna take
just.
a bite out of the
cons-
cork of the bottle and start swinging.
Okay. So as you're like pulling Tenumeral out, she's like chugging some of the bottle of wine from the bar. Belthus, what do you guys do as you see the puff of smoke kind of fill the room for a second?
Are we actually leaving, or are we here to throw down?
What
I
Belt
don't
to
know.
see it is Geyer just basically attacked Tenumeral and is dragging her to the front door.
Right.
While he's dragging me, I'm gonna look at Leonora and I'm gonna cast telepathy.
Well,
at power.
right now, like there's smoke,
see
like
her.
you can't see her
Oh,
currently.
good job, Geyer. That's the whole reason. I'm making a pose roll to not get dragged out,
You could.
or whatever it is.
You can't. You
I'm
can.
like fighting him off to not get dragged out.
If you wanted to fight him off, you can try to fight him off. Why don't
Sure,
you
what
guys
would that
make?
be? Oh, I failed.
Well, I may fail too, you never know.
You can just roll. What did you roll? Just a d20?
I rolled a d20.
Yeah, just roll a d20 for me, guy. We'll just basically we could use acrobatics for this or whatever. That would be a good one. Oh yeah,
Oof.
Guy is easily able. You're just so caught up in your
I'm
emotions right
blind with
now.
rage.
Yeah, you're blind with rage, and all of a sudden the mallard caught you off guard with the big puff of smoke, and I mean, pulls you right out the front door of the place as things are starting to escalate a little bit.
As the smoke clears, Connery's the only one standing there still.
No, Kalska's there too. Kalska did not go
Yeah,
outside.
Belthus is still in there.
Let's. It's been fun. Slowly
Okay.
but surely back out.
Okay. Kalska's standing on a stool because it's the highest that she can get right now.
Upsies.
Thank you, Connery.
Dragon Hill's just like, look, we're not gonna have any of this in here.
Look. I'm sorry.
We could
Okay.
have it outside.
Belthus, for once, remember that I am the angry one and you are the good one. Get outside. She's looking him right in the face because she's finally like tall enough to do it.
It's all up there.
You're still probably a little bit shorter than.
Shut up, I'm pretending. I'm on my tippy toes on the stool, okay? Kalska just goes, look, I'm sorry, okay? Something bad happened. We came here looking for the person who did it. They're not here. She's upset. And she doesn't do well when things don't go her way, as we can all see. And there's lots of people not telling full truths, which I don't like either, and we will be back to deal with that later. How much for that bottle of wine? Dagenheld.
2 gold.
Kalska has the 3 gold that Geyer gave her and tosses the 2 gold. She doesn't even care. She knows it's probably an upcharge. She doesn't give a crap right now.
she takes it.
And she turns and looks at Balthus and Connery and goes, I want to get in a fight as much as you do right now. But there are innocent people in this room, and when I am the one saying not to kill innocent people, we have a moral problem going on right now. Okay?
I don't want to get in a fight. No. I'm actually pissed.
Kalska's just grabbing Balthus's helmet and is talking straight to him at this point. It's just like,
Okay. Thank you.
Lady Seer did accuse someone of.
of a bad thing with no proof. With no proof. Even I don't do that.
Well,
No, I don't.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, but have. But now, point of clarification: did she accuse Leonora?
She accused Leonora, I think, right, Tinny?
No, she accused.
Vagenhild. Who are you yelling at?
Vagenhild was just responding to what was going on because she didn't want conflict
Ruckus in her bar.
in her
yeah.
bar. But
I thought Tinny was
Tenumeral
yelling
shoulder
at
checked
Leonora.
Annabella/Leonora
Yeah,
and was instigating with her.
yeah.
But before things got out of hand, Vagenhild's like, not in my house, and slammed the hammer on the bar and wanted to put an end to it right away before it got out of control.
Yeah.
Before we had
So
the Tenumeral Leonora cat fight in the middle of the the bar.
I had said that they can't control the bar people, and that I
was the
pointed out
general,
Leonardo. I was like, you probably
Probably.
ordered
Mm.
Yeah.
them to kill her, and then puff of smoke.
I was just thinking if there's going to be a cat fight, I want to sell tickets. I'm going to make some money out of it.
Cash in on it. So Peltis, drag her out.
Yeah, but perhaps Annabella would like to continue this discussion outside, so we don't bother anyone in the.
I don't think they should be near each other right now.
Maybe they should.
How about?
I think we should hear about what she.
Yeah, we got no explanation other than.
Yeah, let's hear her story, and then we can.
Yeah,
Go back
we should bring her outside to have that discussion, I suppose, so we don't disturb anyone here in the bar.
Kauska looks. She's still on the stool, and she turns on the stool to Leonara. If you come outside and we promise to not cause a ruckus so we can talk everything out, is that okay?
Listen, I don't even know what's going on.
I don't even know what's going on either. I was down for a fight with a duck that we don't like, but you're not a duck that we don't like. So can we please go outside now? Please.
Make a persuasion check.
Gosh, why am I the one trying to talk sense into people? This is stupid. I want
That's
to fight
because
people.
somebody had to get to normal out. No one else was doing it. Zakire had to.
Did you push it?
Nope. She's got that. She has got that.
I got
Whoa,
one.
why did Connery make a persuasion roll?
Why'd Connery make a persuasion roll? I looked at the
He
person.
wanted to be included.
To feel included. That's it. Oh yeah, she's like, okay, I'll go outside. I don't know what's going on. Did you guys
I
find
don't
something?
either. Shut up! Get outside, you stupid idiot! And Kauska shoves her and jumps off the stool.
All right. So you get the sense like Leonardo's. She thinks you guys discovered some things, so she follows you immediately.
This is blowing every single cover we've ever pretended to maintain in this town. Let's go.
So she follows you out.
Kauska's shoving her in like the small of her back out the door.
Okay.
And like not being rude, but just like let's get out of here because I don't want everyone in the bar right now.
Well, they've got you. Their attention is on you guys.
I don't. But her saying, "Did you guys find something in front of these people?" I'm like, the normies are here, you idiot.
She was really quiet about it.
Kauska doesn't trust anyone right now. Doesn't want anything said out loud. She's very tired of everyone blowing stuff out loud.
Sure, she follows you out.
Geyer, I gotta ask, what would Tenumal be doing in that like minute or so while they're having that conversation after Geyer dragged her out the front door?
Chugging that bottle of wine.
Messed everything up, Duck. You know, I was gonna just figure this all out.
You said you were looking for a mallard. There was no mallard in there.
But we
So you
all
attacked
know
them.
the mallard works for her. I'm sick of pretending like we're doing anything for her. She's trash. I want to kill her, just the duck, just like they killed Ophelia.
How did you have anything to do with it?
I'll find out in about 2 seconds if you didn't cast a puff of smoke. I'll access all of her deepest
You were about to
thoughts
get
and
a
I'll-
warhammer to the head from the barkeep.
Beltis would have never let that happen, and you know that.
Right, and then Beltis would have murdered the barkeep.
Well, then she's probably in on it too. They're all demons. You know, you guys are all too trusting. You invited a demon worshiper right into our camp. He slept right next to us. We could have ended the whole freaking world if he got into our cart. And we just blabbed to Annabella in the first place, and now she thinks we're doing her bidding. I mean, you guys just trusted everyone got us into this mess.
Are we
And
sure?
now
I have a question. At
kill
what point
her.
can we walk outside? Because whatever part of her yelling I catch, Kauska has a response to all of them. At what point did we enter outside?
I will say this point. I'm just gonna let Tenumeral and Geyer have this little moment here.
So, as she's doing all this, the guys are sort of looking at it. So, are you telling me that I shouldn't be trusting you?
saying,
We welcome
Me?
you to our camp. We've been traveling together.
I don't have a demon tattoo here. You're not even checking people. Before it's come sit in our fire.
I
Now
know.
look for your friend.
We should try
I'm
to
sorry, should we start every conversation with, hello, please take off your clothing so we can make sure you don't have a tattoo somewhere hidden? We know of one person who put it on their forearm. What if they're putting it on their ass?
You gotta see the.
Well,
Can that be when we come outside now, please?
yeah, right.
Yes. Is that actually at that very moment you guys walk outside?
The conversation. Oh my!
You know, you might be a cultist. Down your pants. Show us your bottom.
Hey,
You see this?
Wait, time out. Is Tinny drunk already off of like 5 sips of
Tinny
wine?
moons the whole party in the parking lot.
It's that kind of IHOP night? Okay.
I was more expecting to get clocked in the back of the head from Beltis.
Yeah, so Beltis now walks out while two numerals are
Oh my!
no tattoos!
Okay.
Where's Leonora?
She's right here. Will you stop yelling? My goodness, you're annoying sometimes.
Yeah, she walks out and she's like, "Oh my, is everything okay?"
Some accusations to address, perhaps.
Okay.
You tell
Okay.
us,
You.
lady.
No. Time out. Time out. When the small one, that is usually the angriest one, is telling everybody to calm down, there's a moral problem going on. Stop it! She looks at everybody for a second. Now, Tinny, you told us nothing. We backed you. You ran in there, and then you started shouting things in front of people that don't know what's going on about to her. Which, okay, no, I am talking.
I'm watching Leonora while they.
Yeah, she's just kind of passively standing there, like trying to figure out, like trying to listen.
You
taking the
need
earwax out of my ear.
you need to help us help you, because going in there and shouting things and blowing our cover in this town helps no one do anything. And she turns to Leonora, and you, lady, we know that we don't like you either, but you know what? We were willing to try to be helpful in a certain capacity, because you know what? We seem to want something of the similar things, but you have not been honest with us, and everyone is being a jerk, and I'm really tired of it, and it is 10 o'clock at night, and I haven't had dinner.
Yeah.
Guy, her hands are an apple.
Casca goes and sits in the cart and watches the argument unfold. Both eats her apple.
It's just
Delicious apple.
let's see. Gonna look at Leonora and say, sick of these games and not knowing what you're up to, so I'm gonna figure it out. And I'm just gonna hold out my hand and very vocally say the spell for telepathy. Like, I don't care, she knows at this point.
Okay.
I'm invading her, and I don't care that she knows.
Okay, so you start your gestures and your eyes begin to glow. And that is a good time for us to end this episode.
Oh, okay.
Dragonbane.
Enter right as you said that.
Secrets of the Dragon Emperor. I gotta applaud that episode, guys.
Yeah, that was fun.
I've got to applaud
Numero
that.
went on a journey
That
today.
RP tonight was a roller coaster ride, and it was awesome. You guys were excellent. I did want to do something before I cut this for YouTube, is I want to go back and give Kalsika the information that she would have found from the book.
Wait, let me get to the point where in my notes, please.
So technically on you, what I'm going to do for YouTube, folks, is I'm going to leave this part play until advancement. Usually I cut advancement out because it just takes a little bit too long for a YouTube video. So, but as far as the Fiona, the hero of Gloomshire, so there was, she was a hero, Fiona, and she was part of a paladin group known as, where is it? It was right here. I had it. Oh, here it is. Paladins of the Blue Rose. And she was influential in defeating the Demon Queen of War and Death. as that demon queen was summoned to Gloomshire and basically enlisted members of the Paladins of the Blue Rose to her service, duping them, convincing them to join her, and basically she stole their souls and turned them into evil paladins of undeath. They rose against Gloomshire and tried to overtake. Fiona was one of the last remaining paladins who stood against them and was able to defeat Morrigan. And then, since then, Gloomshire has kind of been one of these forgotten about residences, just kind of an outskirt village kind of type thing. But that's what she was, that was her, that was the hero that you learned about in that book.